Howdy folks, just a quick video of the leather projects I've been working on lately. This is a close to historically accurate, at least historically accurate looking Civil War paper cartridge pouch. So I make these, they're kind of crude looking, but just hold my paper cartridges and caps. And I just got this sleeve, kind of copied it off of what Guns of the West sells, but I already had the wood and the paper and everything to make it myself, so obviously that was a lot cheaper. But anyway, I was watching Era's Gone YouTube channel, and he has a video about one of these he made from a kit. And I don't know the exact dimensions of the originals or even the dimensions of the one in his kit. I made this pattern myself out of just the paper that the leather comes wrapped in, actually. That's what, let's move this. That's what my pattern looks like. This is the part from the back to the front, and you sew the loops on. And I got this button stud on the bottom, and it's round. All the original pictures, or at least ones that say they're original pictures online, it's all pointed there, and I've looked high and low on all sorts of different sites, and I cannot find anything that looks like that. Other reproductions have them, I cannot. So if anybody watching this video knows where in the world they're getting those things that look more, that have that point rather than just being round, put it in a comment please, because I would really like to find some that, because these are, it's tucked up into that gusset, it's not long enough. I ordered some more that are still rounded, but I think they're longer. It's hard to tell ordering them online, because depends on where they're starting their measurement, whether it's actually longer, if it's the same thing, because everybody measures different. But the basics is there. Exterior is really close to the originals. I didn't put any rivets, because to me a lot of times that's what wears out first, and this is my prototype. This one's for me. Once I always make a few things, try to work the bugs out of my pattern and everything, and then might try to sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something. But the originals also didn't dye the inside. First I didn't, but I thought it looked like crud and unfinished, so then I dyed the inside. So anyway, that's my version of it, just kind of a loose take. The originals would have had 2 extra pieces of leather, I guess, sewed probably just on the sides and not on the bottom, and they would have been a little bit big, so they kind of like pushed in and sandwiched the boxes so they wouldn't fall apart. And then also you could put like a nipple wrench / screwdriver that would come with your revolver in between there. I don't have one of those, and I'm obviously not going to be campaigning or riding on a horse with this or anything, so I don't really need that. I just wanted something that from the outside looked like it and functioned like it. I'm working on a pattern for a cat pouch as well. I'll do another video once I get that figured out, but researching that, those cat pouches that would be worn on the belt, they had like wool fibers, not like the skin, just the wool glued to the inside, or at least stuffed in there, and then keep your caps tin from rattling around so much. Because you got to thinking, man, that thing rattling around in there, it seems like it would either fall out or like your compound stuff wouldn't be in your caps anymore, especially musket caps for a carbine. I've been kind of getting more into the Civil War accoutrements lately. Been watching a lot of 11 OVCs, stands for Ohio Volunteer Cavalry, 11th Ohio Volunteer Cavalry. They've got a lot of really good videos on period correct stuff and just information of what the cavalry would have been doing in the Civil War, how they carried their carbine and their swords, just a lot of interesting stuff. And that's kind of one of my, I think, pretty trusted sources for what the originals look like. And I think I came fairly close, at least on looks on that, especially for making my own pattern. I like it. Another thing I've been working on is a cavalry holster that fits an 1860 Army. I just finished this one. I just got the top coat on and wiped off the excess, so it's still a little shinier than it will be once that dries completely. But the originals were not dyed on the inside from what I can find, so that's what I did, and kind of goes against my grain. Usually when I'm making a holster, I line it and I dye the entire thing. I'll dip dye it. This I daub dyed with diluted black. Dilute it with denatured alcohol a little bit. You can dilute that stuff quite a bit and it still looks just as dark and makes your dye go a lot farther. Did not put a toe plug in. The originals, from what I can tell, would have a toe plug. I've never tried that. I might put a toe plug in it yet. I haven't decided. Because, like I said, I'm not going to be wearing this in the weather. I'm not riding a horse with it. Didn't put any rivets in the back. I guess the early on in the war, they would have been more like this, just sewn. Later on in the war, they started putting stitching and rivets. To me, like I said, rivets are the first thing that would wear out most of the time. That's what the leather pulls out of, and it's just extra weight and money that you don't really need, especially if you're not going to be carrying this on horseback, which I don't have a horse. So also, what's not authentic on this one is it's to be worn on the left side for a right-handed draw. Most of them would have been the opposite, but same pattern you make for that will also work. Here it is. So I took my 51 Navy pattern and I made the flap bigger and made it a little longer. I think I can make it just a little shorter yet, but had to add another piece. And then when I got it all done, it was a little too big. I needed up here to be longer, but then I accidentally made this part too long, so then I had to trim that off the actual holster and off the pattern when I got done. But so it fits an 1860 Army. I mean, it gets in there good and snug, so if you are ending up out in the rain or you want to carry this in the woods hunting, this is the kind of holster I'd recommend, because your caps even the nipples are down inside the holster, where with even a Slim Jim, they're kind of exposed, and you don't want garbage getting down in a cap and ball revolver, any gun, but especially one of these. You don't want stuff down in there. Grab my Navy. So as you can see, the Navy fits just about the same. Army fits a little bit better because it was made for that, but the Navy works in there just fine too. So if you've got an 1860 a holster that fits your 1860 Army, a Navy will work if it's not too form-fitted. If you've got a holster that's form-fitted, like this one, then the Army won't quite fit. And the reason for that is because of how far this section of the gun sticks out. As you can see, the Army goes a little further that way and the Navy goes a little further down, which makes it so Slim Jim ones for one or the other won't fit the other one perfectly. I mean, you can get them in there, but it's not great. So anyway, that's what I've been working on this. I'm getting a little long in the tooth here on this video for what it is, but all fun stuff that I'm learning as I go a little bit and wanted to share it. So anybody who's interested, that's what I've been working on lately. These Civil War holster. I'm gonna make a belt, and then the cat box, and then these two things. I'm not going to worry about anything to hold a saber, because I don't have a saber and I highly doubt I ever will, and I wouldn't be able to make a sheath for those because those were out of metal and I don't have the knowledge or tools or anything to do that. But I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, just at first glance I wouldn't know the difference whether that was authentic or just like a homemade reproduction. So anyway, fun stuff, and thanks for watching.